Welcome to my tips for the NRL Round 26. Quick look at last week's bets. And we had the Titans to win at $2.29, but they did lose to the Warriors 30-18. They pretty much were down very quickly and couldn't recover from the number of points that they were down. So the Warriors went on to win that. So that does take our profit now down to just over $5,000 over 35 tips, and we've hit 27 winners in that time. So let's jump into looking at how the round went. We didn't get many winners last week when we were on the upsets. We got them wrong, so we did have the Bulldogs to beat the Storm. They only lost by 6. As I said, the Titans to beat the Warriors. They went down by 12. We did get the Raiders to beat the Panthers. Raiders won in extra time, scoring a try in extra time, golden point time to win that one. So our predicted margin there of 1 was pretty spot on at the end of the normal game time, given that the scores were pretty much tied. So we did get the Raiders there. We also got the Broncos as a heavy favourite against Knights. I don't think anyone would have missed that game. The other favourites all pretty much lost. So Dragons lost to the Rabbits. The Dolphins lost to the Sea Eagles, although that was a 50-50 game. The Roosters lost to the Eels. And the Tigers lost to the Cowboys. So really interesting. The Tigers and Cowboys, looking at the ratings that came out of that game, were identical. So very close game there as well. So not good on the tipping last week, but let's see if we can have a much better week this week. So round 26, we have in the first game the Bulldogs versus Panthers. We have gone the Bulldogs. The Panthers are reportedly going to rest a number of players in this game. There's going to be quite a few of their main players out. They're not looking to try to get this top force position, and they're happy to lose this game, I guess, mainly because their stadium is not their home stadium at the moment. They're playing out of a different stadium, so they probably don't feel like they are going to have that home ground advantage that they would normally have. Looking at that, the odds are $1.43 on the Bulldogs, so that news is already filtered through. We have Bulldogs by 6 points. We'll see how that goes. Warriors versus Eels. Have the Eels here by 18 points. The ratings have the Warriors terrible, so I know that they're winning. I know that they're in right up top of the ladder, but the numbers they are putting in these ratings are pretty shocking. So going to take the Eels again on a bet here, 18 points. Their odds are $2.48. Storm versus Roosters. We've got the Roosters here. Storm, yes, they're winning as well. They are back at home. Roosters had a bit of a shocker last week against the Eels. So don't know if I really trust the ratings in this one, but the Roosters still have better ratings than the Storm based on their last few games. Their predicted win is 8. The odds are out at $3, so I don't put much hope in that upset coming off. Canberra versus West. I've got Canberra here only by 4 points, so while they are $1.24, the ratings have this as a much closer game than you would expect. Canberra are back at home, but West are putting in a fairly good effort the last few weeks. Dragons versus Eagles. I have the Dragons. Pretty close one here. It's 50-50 on who you went for. I've got Dragons by 6. Cowboys versus Broncos. Broncos should win this easily. They are heavy favourites at $1.48. I've got them by 10. But being the two Queensland sides that do get up to face each other, this could go either way. Sharks versus Knights. Sharks I've got by 22, the easiest bet of the round. They are only $1.14 though, but Sharks should win that one. And Dolphins versus Titans. Some reason the Titans are still putting in some ratings that are larger than the other teams, even though they don't look that good. Desi moving on from the Titans may have an impact here. I don't know what to be positive or negative. It's probably a game to steer away from, but it currently is tipping the Titans at 6 points and the odds are $2.52. So if we have a look at what the bets are for this round, we pretty much have two bets, the Sharks and the Eels. So the Eels in an upset, they're at $2.48. The Sharks are a heavy favourite there at $1.14. So I can't see the Sharks losing this. It's a game that they want to win. The Eels could put in any type of game. If they do play well, like they did last week, they should account for the Warriors, who are struggling a little bit. They only beat the Titans by 12 points. Their ratings have been pretty shocking for about the last 5 or 6 weeks. We'll have to see how the Warriors turn up back at home, and can the Eels get the win there. But we'll be betting both the Sharks and the Eels in this game. Okay, gonna leave it there. If you are looking for my cricket videos, there hasn't been any tests on, so no cricket videos have gone up. Hopefully there's a test coming up in the next couple of weeks. And AFL is wrapping up, so I'll only be putting up a video for each of the final games going on, starting next week, given that there's not much on this weekend for the AFL. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Good luck if you are having a bet. Good luck if you are having a tip. The tips, these ratings are not made there for winning tipping comps. They are made there for making a profit. And so far we're doing that with a nice profit there off our 35 tips. And I'm just gonna leave it there. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, hit the like button, all that kind of stuff for YouTube. And hopefully we get some winners this week. Thanks for watching.